Perhaps many people have experienced a similar situation. One morning, starting a seemingly normal workday, I picked up my familiar cordless drill, pressed the button, but it was completely unresponsive. It was incredibly frustrating as all my plans were interrupted from the very first minutes. However, instead of hastily concluding that the equipment was severely damaged, I chose to calmly examine it step by step. I believe that by taking my time, observing carefully and following the correct procedure, I have a higher chance of finding the cause, and perhaps even fixing it myself without needing to replace it. First, to avoid confusion during the inspection, I marked the faulty battery terminal. This small detail is crucial, preventing me from confusing it with other terminals when comparing. Next, I take out a working battery terminal of the same type to use as a reference. Having two clearly identifiable components, one good and one faulty, makes identifying the difference much easier and more accurate. Next, I used a dedicated charger for this battery type to test it. Observe the indicator light on the dedicated charger. If there's a charging signal, the light will change from green to red immediately. When I connected the faulty battery terminal to the charger, I observed no change in the indicator light, indicating that the battery wasn't charging. Conversely, when testing with a working battery terminal, the indicator light worked normally, confirming that the charger was fine and the problem lay with the faulty battery terminal itself. After identifying the initial situation, I began with a simple but crucial step: cleaning the two contact slides. Many people often skip this step, thinking that a clean exterior is enough, but in reality, dirt and rust can accumulate inside that are difficult to see with the naked eye. I used WD-40 solution to spray into the contact slides. WD-40 is a multi-purpose oil that effectively cleans, lubricates, and prevents rust. It can remove dirt, moisture, and oxidation from the contact points. Then, combine it with sandpaper for a more thorough cleaning. This method is not only harmless but also very effective in improving electrical contact. If the battery still doesn't work after cleaning, I'll try another approach, using an old laptop charger to try and restart the battery. I repair the damaged wire ends, then attach 2 alligator clips to the 2 ends of the wires to create a connection point. To make contact with the battery slot easier and more secure, I use additional metal washers as intermediate bridges. Once everything is ready, I connect the power, but at this step, I want to emphasize that this is a temporary startup trick, so it needs to be done carefully. I only supply power for about 15 seconds, then disconnect to check, repeating each step to avoid overloading or damaging the battery. After a few attempts, the battery terminals showed signs of working again. However, I didn't immediately conclude success, but continued to fully charge the battery using the dedicated charger and retested it during actual use. Only when the battery worked stably afterward could I be confident that the restoration was successful. This common battery terminal is now fully charged. I'll test it right away. I can't just do a simple test. I'll continue with the work I started this morning. And that's exactly what I want to convey to everyone. Sometimes a device that seems completely broken can be revived, if we calmly check each step and handle it correctly. Don't throw it away without trying, because with a little patience you might just save a familiar tool.